Okay. Yeah, so we're recording, by the way.
Sweet. Clap. Yeah. Spike those levels.
Welcome to the Kegs and Eggs podcast, everyone. The inaugural episode. We're here with
Nils from Boston, Massachusetts.
Colt and Schmidtka from Toronto, Ontario.
Your last name's Schmidtka?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
and as we all know, Vinny Powell, formerly NYC, now MTL.
With the voice crack over there.
Like that?
I used to be from New York.
I'm going through puberty now. Finally going through puberty at 27 years old.
Powered by Havana Club.
So our podcast is
Not
called
sponsored.
Kegs and Eggs.
Not sponsored.
We're gonna avoid all copyright issues. Every time we mention something. Not sponsored. Not copyrighted. Not sponsored by.
So maybe we should start off with some sponsorship reads. We have no sponsors.
Currently in the market for sponsors.
If you're interested, please reach out to us.
It's a good time. So tell me about yourselves. We all know each other, but anybody here? Why is my
Nils
voice
didn't
keep
know.
cracking? Oh my god.
Nils didn't know my last name, so
Oh, that's true.
I'm out. This has been fun, guys.
Schmidtka.
That's where do you think Schmitty came from?
I don't know.
Just made it up. He's just like he just likes
made
it.
up. I don't know.
Awesome.
Schmidtka.
Schmidtka.
My boss is telling me that he's setting up my new email for my new job, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's like, so we should just change your name, like your first name, to like this and this and this, because I'm writing your email." He's like, "I'm like, why would you change my first name, which is super easy, super small, but wouldn't you change my last name?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm writing it right now." He's like, "Schmidtka." He's like, "It looks like someone just made it up and like added letters to things." He's like, K-E-T-D, I don't know, like whatever, German something. Okay, here we go.
That's like trying to spell squirrel or diarrhea. There's like too many H's, too many I's,
Vacuum.
too many R's. Vacuum.
All the U's.
Two C's, two U's.
It's like, why?
It's like how I remember how to spell Wednesday. I'm like, it took me so long.
Wednesday.
I spell it Wednesday.
That's how I say it every
Yeah.
time I spell it. Yeah.
Wednesday. Okay,
I'm
we're
an awful
good.
speller.
Like
though.
this stupid little tricks so you can remember how to spell things all the time. You have to say things the wrong way in order to
Like
remember.
every time I spell bananas, I have to sing the song.
If
This
you're-
is bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Gwen Stefani.
Every time I try to do it that way, it just bananas and pajamas are coming down the stairs. The kids show just goes right to my head.
Never heard of that.
I've never heard
Is that a weird
Oh, it's Canadian.
Toronto
It's a Canadian thing.
thing?
Yeah, it's a Canadian thing. I don't know what it would be in the States.
Not that.
Not that.
Not whatever that was.
Terrifying childhood memories.
I'm just gonna go ahead. Throw this in the story right now.
All right.
I can't see you.
I like how we're recording while we're...
This is an awkward time to take
If you
some
see this
pictures.
photo, this is when the photo was taken.
How cool.
Okay, I got it.
Also, this is not an intellectual podcast, so please do not
Don't expect.
Don't have high hopes.
Words of wisdom to be.
proper spelling, grammar.
Sense stress.
So why the name Kegs and Eggs, guys? I'm asking you as if I didn't come up with it.
As a collective.
There was a lot of deliberation about the name for a while there. I mean,
Nils, lie. Just lie. Just come up with something quick.
we all love beer and we love breakfast foods.
Yeah.
So it only made sense. We also love cooking, so I was totally down for the whole eggs idea. So just I don't know.
I think we need to introduce Nils as the
Savant.
the local savant in the group.
The savant chef with proper knowledge
The
on
one
culinary
that actually knows anything about cooking.
culinary knowledge and all things food.
Yeah,
Just
submit
knows.
your questions to us on Instagram.
Cole, what's your role?
On the Kegs and Eggs name drop.
Yeah, well, in general, like as a personality of the podcast.
Okay. I will pretend to know things that I have read brief notes.
Sounds right.
And I will make you think that I do know what I'm talking about.
Sounds right.
But usually not. I'll add disclaimers for things I do know, actually things. But I mean, it's your discretion if you actually believe me or not. So
sources will not be cited.
I've got some food background, but nowhere close to Nils. I'll just agree with Nils a lot, most likely. I'll be like, yes, no, that is exactly what I would do as well. Yes,
exactly.
You are exactly right. I read that in a book once. Never did it.
I don't know how to read.
I can't. Oh, the BR like a Dahoney.
I think, well, me personally, I don't really have a food background. I like to cook a lot, and I just kind of usually, I hope it works out. Just kind of for the best.
I hope it works
I
out.
like to try things and hope it works out. So that's always a fun thing.
Dude.
But I kind of have a passion for podcasts. That's my one thing is, and that mic is gonna fall off.
I think we have to give credit. Wow, that is extremely on an
It's
angle.
a little bit precarious.
I think we have to give credit to Vinny for pushing us to sit down and do this. And
Oh yeah, I never would have done this.
yeah, I've thought about it and talked to many friends about it and stuff, but we never really sat down and did or invested any time or money into equipment or anything like that. So when Vinny first bought the equipment to start us off, I was like, well, he's all in. I guess now the pressure's on. And then I found a good deal online, and I was like, well, I'm doing it. With the, of course, blessing from my wife. That's extremely important.
I haven't spent a dime on this podcast yet.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's because we
planning to
need
keep
you,
it that
Nils.
way.
We need you here.
I like to make myself indispensable and then just force you guys to pay things.
You just
Pay
want-
for me.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we made I gotta be honest. When Vinny is now married to Kate, but when he first started dating Kate, he's like, she's coming down to New York for a visit. He's like, she's a vegan. And I was like, ugh. Oh my
I
god.
remember when I met Kate and someone told me she was vegan and did CrossFit, and I was like, ugh.
You're like- but the hipster inside him went, God, yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But she came down to visit New York, and I made a pretty bomb vegan chili.
Oh yeah.
It was delicious.
All thanks to you.
Seared off some vegetables, browned them up, put a little dark baker's chocolate in there too, with some chili powder and all the sauces. And they came down. The girls were impressed. I gotta say, we did a good job.
Vegan chili is probably one of the most vegan items that I've probably had the most of. You know what I mean? It's one of the things that you can do well.
Readily available and yeah.
There was a few times after that because we made so much, and I ended up sharing it with a lot of people. I ended up.
Oh yeah, we made a ton.
Yeah, it was way too much chili. Froze some, gave some to my grandpa. But there was a few times after, because of how good it was, there was a few times after that people requested that I make it again.
Yeah.
We had some vegetarians and at the Super Bowl party or whatever it was.
Yeah, I remember you were saying that. You're like, I made it again. It was awesome.
I made it again, and it was just everyone said it's so hearty, and it's not you wouldn't even notice that there's no meat in it.
Yeah, well, that's the chocolate contributes to that.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
it gives it a savory richness, umami.
Oh, well, there you go.
Umami. Yeah.
That's not to say that this is a vegan podcast.
No, but we are talking about it right now. So you know what? I actually really love vegan desserts.
Really?
Yeah, because they're less sweet. I'm not a big dessert guy anyway, but they seem to be. Most of the ones that I've had have been less sweet, and they use heavy. I think it's because they use heavier oils like olive oil and stuff in that. I like the
Coconut
savory
oil.
and coconut oil. I think I like the savoriness of it more than other desserts. So I'm actually a big fan of vegan desserts. Actually,
Non-dairy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like garbage after I eat it.
So yeah, exactly. No, there's a restaurant that opened up near where we live, and yeah, it's the same thing. With Vinny's wife being vegan, and my wife being celiac, and lactose intolerant, it was.
And you're allergic to almonds, so you just
And
can't
I'm
eat
allergic to
anything.
almonds. Yeah, so
Anything.
everything else though, hit it. But the problem is I can eat almonds too, and it's it's not too bad. But almond concentrate, I'm out. I'm dead.
What were you saying earlier about the The rum.
The rum. So I had an ex-girlfriend
Yeah.
who got me a bottle. She went to Dominican and she bought me a bottle of like decent rum, and we were making rum and cokes one day with a friend of mine, and I had a second. On the second one, my face started getting blotchy all the way down to my neck, into the chest area, and I was like, oh, I just thought it was like sweating, and I was like, oh, but then I'm like, no, my friend's like, no, you're like blotchy, like that's not good, dude.
Like hives.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, and his dad had actually been allergic to alcohol, so he was like, dude, maybe you're allergic to alcohol, and I was like, no.
No. You look like Will Smith in Hitch.
Exactly. I was like, no. So I immediately ran to the washroom, ripped off my shirt, looked, and I was like, yeah, like it was blotchy all the way down to like my chest, and I was like, oh my god, I'm like, I guess this is hives. Like I've never experienced it. Couldn't figure it out what it was. From then on, was a little nervous, like drinking any kind of like rum or hard liquor, and then slowly started like introducing it back in. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm good. That's good. Whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't until a couple months later that a friend of mine went to Dominican. He visited a tour of a distillery, and it was from that exact like area where they got the bottle from, my ex-girlfriend, and they had they explained on the tour that they hold their rum in almond cask barrels.
Like wood? Like
They
almond
infuse
wood?
it. Like I don't know how.
Or they infuse it?
They infuse it with So it's in a barrel, and then I guess they just
That's weird.
So then I'm
Like who would think of that?
yeah, and it was around the same time that I was starting to kind of like experiment with different things, and I'm like, yeah, I'm allergic to this, I'm allergic to that, but it was just the almond thing, but it was the concentrate that really got me. Just too much almonds in my diet. I was never allergic to nuts at all. Like it was so super weird.
Yeah, I'm not allergic to food, thank God.
Anything, nothing.
Okay, there is, yeah.
Well, you're grapefruit.
Grapefruit, I am a little bit allergic to, but I love it, so I eat it anyway.
Exactly.
No, it like makes my mouth tingly. That's about it. There's nothing like bad happens or anything.
But I'm sure if you took like grapefruit seed extract and like drank a bunch of it, you'd probably get pretty sick.
Well, you know what it was? I think I went through a period of time where I ate a ton of grapefruits, and I think like I think I got allergic to it. I think like you were saying with the almonds, I was thinking about it actually after you said it. I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that was when it started happening. Like when I started eating a ton of grapefruit. Like eventually I was like, oh, my mouth is tingly. Oh, my face is numb. Like,
oh, it's super weird.
yeah.
Because there's just like almonds, there's so many things that they can be. Like I was having almond bars, like just crunchy, healthy almond bars. Almond butter from my toast, almond milk in my shakes. Actual
full almond.
Actual almonds, like handfuls of almonds, and then just like almond body wash.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
with cocoa butter and almonds. Like it's not like crazy, but yeah, it was nuts.
It's not crazy. It sounds crazy. It sounds like you were way overdoing almonds.
It does, but what I mean is like the body wash wasn't crazy. Like, it sounds weird when I just say I had almond body wash. Like that's weird.
It's just almond butter you're rubbing on your body.
Coconut butter and like that's hilarious. So you can overdo it and your body just rejects it. Like it's like, hey, maybe take it easy, eh? Like lay off that one thing, you psychopath.
Lay off, dude.
Have you anything like that, Vinny?
Like food allergies,
or something you had too much of, and then you kind of built up an intolerance to it. Like.
Yeah, I did that with wheat for a little while.
Oh yeah.
I became like super intolerant of wheat, and it was actually so when I was a teenager, I did Accutane for my acne, like the 6 month course thing, which is. It's like now it's everybody knows that it's like really bad for your stomach.
Yeah.
So it really like wrecked my intestines, like all my whole digestive system kind of. So right after that, I was super intolerant of wheat. Like if I had a sandwich, it would just be havoc for days.
After or during the process?
After the medication.
Did they tell you when you saw? Because my brother did it, and now you're saying it was a 6 month process. Now it's a 3 month process. Yeah. My brother just did it, and same thing, his skin cleared up. But did they tell you like when you started, like stay away from these foods or certain things, or no? They're just
they
like
didn't say anything about foods.
Your life?
It was I think it was a little bit earlier in like before it was like, super popular. Like I know a lot of people that did it, but I think we didn't have as much information on the effects of it like post in post. So yeah, so for a while, I couldn't really eat pizza, and growing up in New York, it's kind of tough to not eat bread products.
Yeah, not to mention pizza.
Yeah, so I went real strict keto for a while, and eventually it cleared up, and it still bothers me a little bit here and there as long as I don't overdo it. It's okay as long as I don't overdo it, but that's pretty much that. And then one time for maybe about 6 weeks, I was fully dairy intolerant. I had that was more from a stomach bug, but it was an ounce of dairy would just
kill
same
you.
thing. Just wreck me for days.
Yeah.
So I had to which sucks because I love ice cream.
Yeah.
And I went on the cruise during that 6 months.
Oof.
Or 6 weeks.
Unlimited ice cream.
Come on. Really?
My sister's lactose intolerant.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was funny. It was hard for her. She loved cheese. She just make
that would be tough
charcuterie
to not eat cheese. I love charcuterie.
All kinds of different cheese.
I would, yeah. I would not be a happy person.
Oh, it's rough, man. Yeah.
I'd be so angry.
Cheese is so good.
It's delicious. It's a huge part of my life.
That's why I love keto so much because it's just. I mean, most people just gorge yourselves on cheese because the whole thing is fat and protein. So
Yeah.
I kind of do that.
So hard.
I moved more towards goat cheese though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? My friend's wife does that actually. She can't eat normal cheese. She's lactose intolerant to most cheese, but she can eat goat cheese. Yeah, which is fine with her.
Easiest thing on your stomach, right?
Yeah.
To digest because of the
cows don't like any cow dairy it's very inflammatory in your stomach.
Yeah.
If you, it's sort of a rarity, but if you can find a grass-fed cheese, a dairy cheese, from that grass-fed cow, it's amazing. Same with the goat cheese.
Yeah.
Just a totally different caliber cheese.
Sure.
Yeah, it actually does make a big difference. You have grass-fed meat as opposed to corn-fed meat. Yeah,
we just switched over actually to we used to just buy her groceries, whatever, and then I married my wife, and she was pretty organic with stuff. Most of her meat was all organic, and then we just found a farm locally that I sent you some photos of.
Yeah.
And they do grass-fed this and that, certain things, and then certain things are grain-fed, but most of them are grass-fed. So we'll get grass-fed beef and actually got grass-fed pork, which is hard to find because usually just feed pigs anything. They'll eat everything,
right.
Anything. So you don't know what you're eating. You eat a pig usually, right? Pork.
I never even would have thought of that, grass-fed pork.
But I have the bacon in my thing from the farm in my freezer, and I haven't even tried it yet. And I'm excited to cut into that.
Well, you showed me they have a lot of gamey meats too, right? They have elk and.
They have wild stuff too. Yeah, they have
I would love to buy some elk.
Yeah, they have crazy stuff. So I can pull it up.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's been hooking me on elk. I've been listening to his podcast. And you see his pictures that he puts up of he's elk and jalapenos again, and I'm oh, that looks so good.
It's so lean. Too,
it's lean, but the way he eats it, he'll do a little bit of kimchi on the side and some jalapenos and some that's a perfect meal for me. I would love that.
It's perfect. You got your probiotic from your kimchi.
Yeah, from the kimchi, the natural fermentation.
Yeah, and then you've got your.
I love jalapenos too, so just snack on those things. I'll be fine. Mix it up with the meat.
They have, just pull it up. They have naturally raised beef, venison, chicken, lamb, wild caught fish.
Wow, really? Wild caught fish.
Wild and organic pork. What is that? I sent it to a friend of mine too. Okay, so their wild meat ranges from bison and then all the different cuts.
Yeah.
Venison, elk, wild boar.
I love venison too. I don't think I've had wild boar.
Duck,
love
rabbit.
Duck, obviously. Rabbit's delicious.
Yeah, pheasant.
I've never had pheasant, I don't think.
They have a huge list for water buffalo, a certain different cuts for it. Yeah. Crocodile.
Definitely never had water buffalo.
Crocodile.
Yeah, crocodile.
I've had crocodile before.
Emu.
Never had emu.
Kangaroo.
Yeah.
And the last one's ostrich.
I've had ostrich.
Yeah.
Yeah, ostrich burger is really good. It's really similar to beef, but a lot leaner.
They
I was
sell
gonna say it must be super lean.
Yeah.
they sell it in like the farm we go to. They sell it in burgers, ground, and steak.
Mm.
So good.
Yeah, the water buffalo. The list is like of different cuts of meat is huge. It's like bones, ground, lean, organs and tongue, roast, eye of round, roast rump, shank.
That's cool.
steak.
They sell the organs and tongue. A lot of places wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they even do a stew.
That's a nice thing to do, though. Like
summer sausage.
people like me who actually will
Grits.
use organs and tongue for different things. Like,
yeah.
like
It's
we
hard
did.
to find.
We just recently did beef tongue tacos, and they came out so good. We braised the beef tongue for like 6 hours in like Mexican beer, good Mexican beer with lime and tons of seasonings. And then you take it and it's a tongue, so you have to take it out and like peel it. You peel all the outer stuff, so you just have the meat
Yeah.
left underneath, and you cube it up, and we like re-seasoned it a little bit, and we made
Disclaimer: all vegans, please cover your ears. We apologize in advance.
and we had a bunch of people over actually, and some of them were picky eaters too, like people who wouldn't normally eat it. But we told them like what they were coming. We were fair. And we're like, yeah, and listen, we're serving tongue tonight, beef tongue tacos, but we promise it's gonna be good. We just want you to try it.
Yeah.
That's all we want to do. And they were all like, yeah, cool, yeah, we'll try it. And I was like, you don't have to eat it if you don't like it. We're not gonna be like offended or anything. We made homemade tortillas. We got some masa and made some dough, and we had a tortilla press, and we fried them up, spread a little butter on them as they came off hot. Threw the meat on there. We did a bunch of different toppings, like pickled red onions, like green onion, like just a bunch of different stuff. A quick slaw. We did like a quick slaw, and we just made beef tongue tacos with. I think we had queso fresco, cheese, and all. We just had everybody make their own. Load it up, whatever you like, throw it on there, and everybody was like, "These are insanely good." Like the cut of meat from the tongue is delicious. Like it's a muscle, like every other piece of meat you're eating, but. It has it has like very good flavor for meat and like a really good consistency, like a really nice chew texture to it, and it was just very good.
That'd be phenomenal.
It was delicious. I would love to do it again soon.
That farm I was telling you guys about, just to clarify, like I say I'm from Toronto, but I'm actually from 45 minutes out of Toronto, which is Hamilton. But to anyone listening, like it's just Toronto. It's GTA. Like it's close. It's nearby. But there's a farm not too far from Hamilton that's called Morden's, Morden Organic Farm Store. So that's where all those.
That's where that meat's from.
Yeah, just to give you a heads up or a name drop, a little bit of. Yeah.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us, please. Yeah, we love your meat. Your organic kangaroo sticks are delicious. We would love to help you guys out.
Did you get those?
Yeah.
The kangaroo sticks?
No, what did I get? Yeah, kangaroo sticks.
Yeah, I think you said it was
the pepperettes,
kangaroo.
like the pepperette ones. Yeah, they were good.
Vinny, when we came in here last night, what the heck were you eating? Standing over at the fridge, you had like a stick of something.
Was that the pepperettes?
Yeah, it was a
Like,
Dude, I can't.
pepperoni sticks.
We came in just before. Dude, I crushed like 2 of those. Yeah.
I was wondering, like we rolled in from the little the bar,
Yeah.
and everybody was like getting ready for bed or whatever. And I look over and he's standing at the fridge. He's just staring at me. He's eating this giant pepperoni stick.
Munching. Oh, it's huge. Too.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a 1.5
Dude,
long.
those are from Walmart.
Oh my gosh.
$8
Here we are.
for like 20 of them.
Really?
God,
Yeah,
it's
$8 for 20. That seems
It's
like.
like 8. Yeah, but
That sounds like a good deal.
It's a quality pepperoni,
Yeah, from Walmart.
It's pretty good, but it's from Walmart.
We're sitting here like
Sponsor
We're sitting here all
us.
all.
We're talking about these like good meats,
And then
I get most of my food from
Shoot,
food and
man,
stuff.
like
That's where I get all of my food and most of my stuff.
I like grass fed, and I'm over
Yeah.
here like, oh, look,
in reality,
I
these.
like buying pepperonis from Walmart.
Kegs and Eggs brought to you by Rite Aid brand whiskey.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Don't sue us, please God.
not brought to you by. No.
Rite Aid doesn't have a whiskey. I thought that was an inherent joke. But
No, we
I
got
don't know, dude. Costco does. Kirkland.
that's a Costco brand?
Yeah,
Really?
Kirkland everything.
Kirkland is legit though. Like
Yeah.
their liquors are, I mean, their vodka is like basically Grey, or
I-
not Grey Goose, but it's
That's
a higher
top
end.
notch. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad actually, my estranged father, he works.
Yeah.
He's worked for. He still does. Works for Costco.
Okay.
And he's worked for them for probably 30 years now. And I feel like that, like the Kirkland brand of certain like liquors and stuff, especially like in the States, it's like, oh, you have a Crown Royal or a vodka, like Polar, Iceberg, something. It's like it's just some dude who literally is like, give me, like on the back of a truck, like give me your alcohol like name brand, and I'll just put it in another bottle, and we'll put Kirkland on it and sell it and mass produce. Like,
and
cool.
It's super cheap in comparison.
Oh, it's ridiculously cheap. Yeah. Anyone from Ontario or anything that goes to Montreal and goes to like a Costco, they're always like, dude, get your beer, get your liquor. Like, it's so cheap.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like, there's no borderlines. Canada's amazing. Just do it.
Canada's weird. Canada's weird, man.
It is. But so is the States. Like, I feel it's equally weird. I don't know.
It just depends where you grew up, I guess.
It's just funny because it's so similar, but they're so different in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It throws me off like every time
America
I go
Light.
America Light.
Yeah.
You guys get all the fun brands of like Lay's potato chips up here, though. I've noticed that.
Yeah,
This is
they
true.
Still got ketchup chips up here.
Ketchup chips, dude, those are delicious.
Dude,
We
not
have
even
those.
not even that far ago, they dropped ketchup Doritos again. Came back.
Oh yeah.
It was
That's a thing.
It was a huge comeback. Yeah. I
It's
didn't
a
even
huge comeback.
I didn't know it was like
You guys
around
still have
in the first place.
You guys still have 3D Doritos up here and Dunkaroos and like all those.
Yeah, we still have Dunkaroos for life. Yeah.
Do you actually? Can you actually buy Dunkaroos up here? I think you can.
I remember eating them as a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah,
it was a
you can-
treat though. Like,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong,
yeah.
it was a treat.
Dude, you eat the graham crackers first. You save all that frosting for the end.
Oh, you-
Ooh, scoop it out with your finger.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you go way too hard.
Oh yeah, you
in
go
the
way too
beginning.
hard.
You way too hard in the beginning, and you're
Your
like,
kid brain's
oh,
like,
no.
the sugar's amazing.
Like that. Like, was that horrible like cracker and like spread cheese that you get too, and like it's this big.
Oh yeah,
You know
with the
those
little
things?
reds.
With the stupid red.
Yeah, and you like peel the plastic off of it. You get the
thing.
cracker.
You feel all like fancy because you're like, I have a little stick for my spread.
I was never a fan of those though. Like, I remember some
was-
of them were crackers and some of them were pretzels. Do you remember that? They
Yeah,
had, like the pretzels.
oh, that's true. The pretzels.
Yeah,
I remember like,
fruit by the foot, Gushers.
oh, dude, way back playback.
Dude, they had some good snack foods.
It was all killing us.
Oh,
but it was so good.
100%. 100%.
We had ketchup like potato chips in the States for a little while. I
Yeah.
remember, but I don't know if they just didn't sell well.
I never saw them in my area.
I used to
love
buy them a few times, and it just tastes like literally like dipping French fries in ketchup.
It's always
When I go to Nova Scotia, like that was what I would always get excited for. Like I'd
East
roll into
Coast.
Nova Scotia and I'd be like, "Yo, hit the first store."
Yeah.
I go to, I just grab a bag of ketchup chips and I'm like, "Yes, I'm back."
I don't even know if it's the same in the States or not, but like even in Canada, like different coasts will have totally different things.
Yeah.
So like East Coast has like they have like I want to say maybe like 8 different brands of certain chips and certain like flavors of things that we don't have in like Central Ontario, like in Ontario or Montreal.
Yeah.
Like that side of Canada, this area
Yeah.
doesn't have anything that like East Coast, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, nothing like that has. They have like I can't remember the
Have
name
you
of the
heard?
chip.
Well, have you heard of this? Because this is something I've only seen in Nova Scotia. I don't know if you guys have it here. Have you heard of Tiger Tail ice cream?
Ooh, you know what? I have 2 friends from like really good friends from out east, and I guarantee they probably would.
So-
but can I see? Do you have a photo of it?
Yeah. So it's an orange flavored ice cream with a black licorice swirl.
Ooh,
It's
It
named
sounds
for its
really familiar.
resemblance to orange and black tiger stripes. Yeah, see it right there. I had it. I've had this.
I've had this. Yeah, I've had this.
I had it in Nova. The only time I've ever had it was in Nova Scotia, and I'm not even like I said, not a dessert guy, not a huge ice cream guy. But I had that ice cream, and I was like, "This is delicious!" Like I don't know what that combination
Orange and
is.
black
The
licorice.
orange with the black licorice. I don't know how that works.
I want to
but-
say Chapman's makes that. Chapman's like it's an ice cream company here in Canada.
Chapman's. Yeah, they might. I mean, I'm
My
sure
uncle
there's gonna
uncle
be-
used to drive truck for them actually. He used to drive like ice cream truck for him.
Oh, yeah.
See, look,
Yeah.
that's the picture of it.
Yeah, I swear I've had it
Yeah.
at like Chinese food restaurants before.
Probably.
He used to drive like a Chapman's ice cream truck, which is like a whatever 16-wheeler, 12-wheeler, whatever. And I don't even know if there's 12-wheelers. I don't think that's even anything. 16-wheelers and we'll just say tractor trailer.
Yeah.
Keep it safe. And he told me this story one time where he was driving through a town to get to his destination, and they had he stopped at a stoplight, and there's a public school there. And there's like these fat kids, and they're looking at him, and they're like, "Yeah, yeah!" like screaming, like it was like he was in like Daytona 500, like yeah. And he looks over at this fat kid and he's like, all right,
Like
buddy,
it's-
I'm just going to honk the horn for
Like
you.
it's the control room for Apollo 13. Like
We did it!
Then, like this one kid's just like he's lighting a cigarette. You know, he's just there like yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sighs of
The
relief.
fat kid probably did light a cigarette afterwards. He's like, oh man, that was ridiculous.
We did it.
We landed on the moon!
Shredded, bro.
Andy Kaufman stuff. Or, Andy Kaufman. Jim Carrey.
Jim
Yeah,
Carrey.
Dumb and
yeah,
Dumber.
yeah.
We landed
I
on
love
the
Andy
moon!
Kaufman. Jim Carrey did do an Andy Kaufman
That's where
movie.
that's where my head went,
Yeah. What was the name of that one?
Man on the Moon.
Man on the.
That's
That's
why-
why
that's
it went.
why, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
my ADD.
okay.
That's
I
my
see your
ADD, yeah.
process.
The more alcohol that ingests in my system, the more ADD comes
Right.
in, so I apologize in advance. These extremely tall
Yeah.
rum and cokes.
This one rum and
You're on
coke
the
that
right
you had.
Yeah.
You're on the right track. That's okay.
Yeah.
Havana Club, man. I do like that you guys sell Havana Club up here. That's a good.
In
That's a good rum.
Canada.
Canada.
Canada. Like you guys kept it real with Cuba. I wish we did.
Wow, dude, it was the first place I ever vacationed. It was Cuba.
I've been dying to go to Cuba.
I
have been dying to go to Cuba.
was 18, and just me and a buddy went, and
That's
it was
awesome.
and we got the trip for like $500.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
And dude, it was a time and a half. Like so many crazy things happened. It was awesome.
Dude, I would absolutely love just go see all the old cars.
The cars for me. That's
Like-
like the
That was a
big,
step. It was a step back in reality. It was weird. It was really weird. Yeah.
Just like eat Cuban food is so good.
They're so
Oh.
well, not really, to be honest.
Really?
On resorts, at least.
Oh well,
Locally.
nothing's good on resorts.
This is true.
I've been to Mexico. Yeah, the food's awful on
This
the
is true.
resort.
This is true. Yeah, when we were,
Dude, Miami Cuban food is like
That's true. Yeah.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
dude.
Cuban sandwiches, right?
The Cuban sandwiches, Cubanos, the just the rice and the beans and just everything they do, the plantains is so good.
I will say I went on a sounds so touristy, but I went on a catamaran for like whatever, some snorkeling trip or something. But they gave us. I was 18. I remember it vividly because it was amazing. It was first thing in the morning. Get on the catamaran. You paid for this excursion, whatever, and you're like, okay, cool, this is cool. You're 18. Your mind's like, you're like, oh, everything's amazing. Like, this is like my first trip, like on a. Like,
Everything's amazing.
yeah, this is my first trip on like saltwater. Like I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Oh my
This
God.
isn't Canada.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is not cold at all.
I'm not in Antarctica anymore.
I'm not dying of hypothermia. So we get on this catamaran and they
Catamaran.
catamaran. Let me try to sound fancy, like pinky up. Catamaran. And they serve us fresh lobster. It was probably a couple hours in. We've been we have some beers, whatever, on the boat. We snorkel, get back on. We're going to like a little island to hang out for lunch, but on the way they serve us fresh lobster caught that day or that morning with like fresh lemon squeezed on it. That's all it was.
Delicious.
That's all it was. There was no pepper. There was nothing else. Like it wasn't even. I don't even know if it was properly.
That's the thing with lobster, man. Like I'm such a purist when it comes to lobster. Like usually, I can't say I do this 100% of the time because I don't. But most of the time, if I get a lobster roll,
I'm gonna sneak off and just use the washroom real quick.
All right,
I
all right.
apologize.
Go for it.
most of the time when I get a lobster roll, I get no mayonnaise. I'll just do it with butter,
Yeah.
just on the roll. Like
Oh,
I don't really want the mayonnaise like soiling my lobster flavor. Like I love lobster so much, like I just can't get enough of it. So it's like, but I can't say I do that 100% of the time. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes I'll have a lobster roll with some mayonnaise on it.
Me,
but-
I love mayonnaise.
yeah.
If
You're one of those
think about
people?
it, like, yeah, I'm one of those.
Those
people.
vinegary and eggy flavors.
I feel like
I do like mayonnaise though. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I don't like mayonnaise. I do like mayonnaise. It's just that I'm such a lobster purist.
yeah.
I just like.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you don't eat like a lobster tail with mayonnaise, you know?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
eat it with butter
No, exactly.
anyway.
Yeah, and if you're getting a good lobster roll from somewhere like a real place, like in Maine, which is
Yeah.
close to me, you're getting a real lobster roll, and sometimes there'll be like 2 lobster tails on that roll. Do I really want like, or a lobster tail and a half plus a bunch of claws and other meat?
Yeah.
It's like, do I really want all that mayonnaise all over it?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I don't. That's not how I normally eat it. I would normally eat it with butter, like
Exactly.
cracked out of the shell. That's how I normally do, or with lemon.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll do like a lobster roll, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of butter, That's it, on a nice grilled, like those crappy white rolls.
Yeah.
Like, like the normal, like, generic hot dog buns that are, like, so delicious, but they are definitely killing you somehow.
Straight cancer rolls.
Yeah, and they're like, they put the butter on, like, grill it on the flat iron, get a nice crisp on the sides. Oh, man. Now I'm dying for a lobster roll. I wasn't hungry. We just came back from a ridiculous brunch here in Montreal. And I should not be hungry, but now we're talking about this.
What did you have, Nils? Tell us what you had.
All right, so
I'm back.
I had. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it
Oh,
going?
hey.
Say your last name for me one more time.
Schmidka.
Schmidka.
Okay.
Side note, if you don't notice, I'm super flush right now.
I did notice. I was
I
actually
did- I
thinking
did
that.
see that.
And as I'm
Is it
telling
the
the
rum?
story, I don't know, it might be the rum. Yeah, look,
Or are you
look,
just-
look,
or are
it's
you-
like,
Yeah,
you see a little bit, like,
Or
the lime?
are you mentally talking yourself into having hives right now?
Here, this is all placebo, guys. Because I feel a little flush, but like,
Dude.
I don't have rum that much. I'll be honest. I rarely drink rum anymore.
Dude,
Yeah.
it might be. Maybe they do like the almond thing, like you were
maybe
saying.
Stupid
maybe
guys.
Not just the almond thing, but maybe it's legit. Rum.
Maybe it's
Could be,
rum.
It could be rum because I've had probably every other liquor
Something
but
with the
rum
sugar cane.
recently.
You should probably stop drinking it. I'm gonna take this from you. He has his hand on it. I'm like, I don't know what he's dying right now.
Or we can switch to whiskey sours, get all the stuff for
I'm
the
not
old
mad.
school whiskey sour.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not mad about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing with the whiskey sours. We're doing
The next
fresh
ep-
squeezed lemon juice,
Next episode. We'll
Uh,
have
next
whiskey
episode,
sour.
yeah.
Egg whites.
egg whites, simple syrup made at home here.
Yep. Bullet
Everything made
bourbon.
here, bullet bourbon. My favorite bourbon.
I wouldn't say
personally.
everything made here. Simple syrup's not that hard. Vinny. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water. You heat it on the stove. Wow.
Yeah, but I'm not.
That's why we call it simple.
What an incredible cooking experience.
And now for our simple sugar recipe.
Oh,
Extracted the
if
cane sugar.
anybody out there doesn't know how to make simple syrup, that's how you make simple syrup.
I
This is
I
1 cup of
personally
sugar, 1 cup of water.
extracted the cane sugar from
You
the
harvested
canes
it?
themselves. I grow sugar canes in my backyard. Yeah, my limited backyard, my city apartment in Montreal.
That is a tall plant you have, sir. One giant sugarcane plant.
It's just one
Just
stalk.
one sugar cane.
It's enough to make like
Oh,
4 drinks.
So for breakfast this morning,
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know what was going on. I was just it was 1 o'clock. We hadn't eaten 1 p.m. We hadn't eaten anything yet. I was pretty hungry, and I just went in. I picked most of it's in French, so I get the English menu, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't want a pancake. I don't want something sweet. I said I'm not a dessert guy, so I'm like, all right, I'll just get this one. This one looks like I just looked at it. It said 3 eggs. I'm like, all right.
They all
I'll get
start
that.
with 3
No,
eggs.
No. Most of them start with 2 eggs. That's why I saw the 3 eggs. I was
Sorry.
like, all right, 3 eggs. That sounds legit.
I want that calcium.
Dude, I love eggs. So
that iron.
this is a Kegs and Eggs podcast. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
all eggs.
Respect.
It's all eggs, bro.
Respect.
so I got 3 eggs, and with it came like a ridiculous amount of meat. It was one chorizo sausage, or 2, maybe it might have been 2. It was 1 chorizo sausage, I think, butterflied and grilled.
I know, because I
And grilled
specifically asked you. I'm like, did you butterfly that sausage?
No.
Like, did you ask for that? Because I did. And he's like, no, I just
No,
got
I
it. And I was
just-
like, well, crap. Okay.
I guess I'm not cool enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then there was like 2 other types of sausage. I don't even know what they were. One of them was more like a white sausage, like an Irish white sausage. It seemed like
That was nice.
something else. And then 2 different types of potatoes. Like there was like a house mash with cheese,
Mm.
and then there was like some sliced rounds that are like nice and crispy.
They were perfectly crisp.
They were actually
not
really
too
good.
burnt,
Like
not too
normally
oily.
you have to add, like if you go to a place in the States, a lot of times you have to ask like, oh, I want my hash browns extra crispy.
Yeah.
And here I didn't ask for that, and they came out. They were perfect.
It was perfect.
What was this place? Can we even pronounce this? It was in French, and none of us speak French.
I'll try it. I used to be
I'll
French
Google it.
immersion. I'll try it.
Okay.
I need to see it, though.
Schmitty spoke French at one point in his life.
I'm going to try it. A long, long time ago.
It was
Also,
started
here,
with an L. I don't know.
here in Canada.
Okay, I found it.
See?
This is
My wife is French, so that would work out better, but she's not here.
Okay, I'm going to
She's
try
not
Le Thiers Saint Henry.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Is that
that
close?
sounds
Pretty good.
right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Located in 3714 Notre Dame,
Yeah, it's on Notre
Saint
Dame.
West Montreal.
Yeah, we hit that earlier
Montreal.
today.
It
It
says
was.
St. Henry.
was delicious.
On Notre Dame
That was good.
West.
I wasn't disappointed. I was worried because when I'm not picking the food spots, I'm always worried.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
it's risky.
I don't know who's in charge. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe.
Who you found that place on
No, that
Google?
was-
No, Sabrina suggested
Sabrina,
it.
yeah, our friend Sabrina. I had been there. I've been there a year ago. I had been there, and I got this ridiculous breakfast hash plate skillet.
I love breakfast hash.
Dude,
Oh.
I barely finished it, and
But you finished it.
yes, because Mama didn't raise no quitter. Shout out, thanks, Mom.
Clip that. Somebody clip that. We're gonna put that in our intro.
Mama
didn't
didn't raise no quitter. But dude, I wanted to die after. Like it was so rough. Like, yeah.
You had to go lay down.
It probably took me 4 days to digest it. Like, it was rough.
You gotta go take a nap.
So worth
It was, yeah. I probably slept halfway on the drive back home.
What'd you have for brunch today, Colt?
Today I had 2 eggs, I believe. 2 eggs, sausage that I asked butterflied because I'm a peasant. And
No, it was a good idea.
And our chef friend just gets it, apparently.
Listen, I think they just saw me and they're like, this guy wants a butterfly.
He just knows.
He wants it crispy.
Oh, grill.
He wants that caramelization.
So I got that, and then I got my eggs done over hard. I said no bread, extra potatoes, so they gave me both kind of potatoes, the crispy and like the mash.
That's what I got too. But I did have bread though.
They asked if so they gave me bread too, even though I said I don't want bread, but whatever. Then they asked if I wanted extra cheese, and I'm like, okay, yeah,
Okay.
all right, vacation, all right. So then I got the cheese.
Do you want extra cheese? What do you think?
Yeah. And I was like, well, I don't know, because you never know what kind of cheese they're gonna throw on. So I hesitated.
That's right.
It wasn't even about the nutrition thing. I was like,
I'll tell you what.
I just don't know.
Sometimes too much cheese. Sometimes too much cheese is not good.
It's no bueno.
No, there's in where I live up near Boston. There's this Mexican restaurant. Everybody raves on it. I won't drop the name, but everybody raves on this place. They're like, oh, we gotta go. And I'm like, I don't like this place, and everyone's like freaks out. They're like, why? The nachos are so good. They're not good. They're not good.
They're not good.
You go there. I swear. Like, I love cheese.
Yeah.
But they put so much cheese on the nachos, you can't even get a chip, man. Like you pick up one chip and it's like 4 pounds of cheese.
Did they layer it?
No, it's all on the top. And it's so much, and it's so greasy.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's too much. Yeah, so you like that, I guess.
No. I'm saying.
Okay.
I know.
You're
I'm
like,
sorry.
Oh yeah.
I'm going for the grease right now. You had that grease.
Dude, no. I know
It's too
exactly.
much.
Dude,
No, because you take it. Listen, you take a chip, you put it in your mouth,
Yeah.
you eat it, and I swear, it's that real stringy type of cheese.
Yeah.
Like you'll swallow your chip and the cheese, and there'll still be like a chunk of cheese in your mouth and a strand going down. You're like choking. You're gagging on this cheese.
We're gonna go back to because I haven't even finished my breakfast yet. But we're gonna stay on nachos for a second here, and
We want to make some nachos.
and
I want nachos this weekend.
yeah, we're for sure. We haven't confirmed, but we might even do a live stream of the nachos. So
Yeah.
when you're looking for it, maybe we'll have a recording up on YouTube or something for that.
Yeah.
But the nachos, I had a giant thing of nachos when I watched one of the playoff games in Toronto, and they layered it, which is amazing because you have to layer your nachos. Like you have to get cheese on everything, not too much, but enough.
Right.
And you've got to
spread enough.
I gotta cook you guys steak sometime.
So there was steak on the nachos, steak cuts.
Oh, real quick though, with the
Chicken.
live stream, it's gonna be available on Periscope indefinitely, so you can always look up our Periscope and find it there.
Which is
Periscope. It's
no, I mean,
No, do we have a handle on it, right?
Yeah, what's the handle?
It's our
name.
Our Twitter is also at Kegs Podcast.
At Kegs.
At Kegs Podcast. Is
Like
that
at symbol.
Yeah.
And is Periscope connected to Twitter? I have no idea how that works.
Periscope is an offshoot of Twitter.
Okay.
For live streaming.
I haven't invested 1 second into this podcast.
Until now.
Learning or money.
Nils didn't even know my last name.
I didn't even know we were doing this today. This kid's name is Schmidka. Did I get it?
Yeah, you're nailing it.
If you're just listening to this and you don't know any of our social medias, they're all at Kegs Podcast. Instagram,
right.
Twitter, and then we have a Facebook page too.
Is there links to our individual
Facebook is
Instagrams on?
We could.
Our individual
We should
ones?
do that, yeah.
Yeah,
Put them
I'll,
on, yeah.
I'll include those in the bio.
Yeah.
Our-
Alright, we'll
our-
include
our
the-
numbers
our
just
links
go
to the individual bio.
Way up.
by 70 followers.
There's gonna be like 3 people that hear this. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
3 people are going to hear this, not including our wives.
That's true. So yeah, back to the breakfast thing. Off of nachos.
Breakfast Club.
To finish my breakfast, those are like the I don't know, whatever, the breakfasty part, and then I had literally half a waffle
Yep.
with banana, Nutella, peanut butter,
Nice.
and that was it. They called it something La Hulk, and I was like, yep,
That sounds great.
Yup.
yep,
I'll take the
I like
Hulk
it.
one.
Yep.
anything with peanut butter and bananas, I'm down.
What do we got for time over
That's
there?
what
Vinny?
I had a milkshake today.
I did see that. I
We're
look
at- we're
over.
at 40,
Yeah.
All
we're
the
at
adults
45
are drinking
minutes.
coffee.
Yeah.
And Vinny is drinking a large cup of melted ice
I
cream.
had
I felt-
a milkshake.
It was
first off.
it was an aggressive milkshake.
It was pretty. It was vanilla and peanut butter and banana.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
my
that
milkshake
sounds delightful.
He basically had
But
my waffle
You
in the
had-
milkshake.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had the amount of calories before we even. He had the amount of calories I ate at breakfast
Yeah.
before we even had our breakfast.
Yeah.
Well,
and then he
okay.
ate a breakfast.
It was deceptive. It was a small milkshake. I was done very quickly.
He was
I finished it before everyone.
He didn't
finished their
offer.
first
He didn't
cup of
offer us
coffee.
to have a
I was-
sip either.
I was sitting right beside him, and no, he did not share at all.
No, I wanted to.
I was sitting right beside him, and he specifically did not share.
I was eyeballing it.
Yeah, all of a sudden, I was talking to my wife, like, blah, 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 and all here's,
Yeah, the last bit. The last bit.
like, and I'm like, excuse me, sir? With the milkshake from 1958? Can you just take it easy?
I think he has 2 straws in it, one for him and one for his wife, and he doesn't share.
I was like, excuse me, Kaniki from Greece with a milkshake? Can you just calm down for
Well,
a
I've got
second?
the hair for it. I might as well get the drink too.
That's true. Grease Lightning with a milkshake, aisle 5. Calm down. Thank you.
Meet me at the soda fountain and we'll go steady.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll play jacks, hit the haberdashery.
I love it. I'll see you on my white wall bicycle.
white wall tires.
Yeah.
My breakfast was they called it a burr-bagel. Burr-bagel.
I was
I hate
impressed.
this
It was
name,
a burger.
by the way. It's like zoodle. It's like the word zoodle for
It's-
me.
yeah.
I hate when they come.
What's a zoodle?
It's a zucchini noodle.
Oh my god.
And guess
Oh.
what? Let me tell you something. It
Don't
doesn't
even-
taste anything like a noodle.
Don't
It doesn't taste like real noodles. It tastes like sliced thin zucchini.
don't even get me started on vegetables that people call other things.
I hate that.
I will
Right?
I
Thank
will
you.
lose it.
I
Right
get
now.
so angry.
Cauliflower? Are you kidding me with the cauliflower? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me,
Are
Cat?
you
Get
kidding me?
Cauliflower
good.
mashed potatoes, anybody?
I
Oh.
hate that. Don't even. Oh my god.
My brother-in-law, if
Don't
you're
tell
listening
me
to this,
there's mashed
my
potatoes.
brother-in-law, you are so wrong right now.
If you
in the
tell
paint.
me, I hate. First of all, I hate cauliflower. It's the one.
it.
Literally the one thing. Like I have. There's
You
very
are the
few things
stupidest
that
vegetable.
I'm like I do not like. There's very few things
Yeah,
that I'm like I
I'll-
do not like.
I'll eat it on its own. I don't care but like I don't go out of my way.
I
to go,
won't eat it on its
Oh,
own.
I want a cauliflower.
Don't tell
now."
me it's something else. I'll eat.
I'm dying for a bland cauliflower with
God.
weird texture.
I would love a vegetable that can take on any other flavor. Are you the tofu of vegetables?
It's the tofu of vegetables.
It is. It
It's
is.
the tofu of
You know
vegetables.
why that is though? It has no flavor on its own.
Yeah.
That's why you like load it with butter and sour cream.
I have so many cauliflower stories. I could even like. It's
Dude,
ridiculous, dude.
I get so like people are like, oh, let's put mashed potatoes on the stove. I literally this happened to me once. Like
Yeah.
mashed potatoes on the stove.
Okay.
Okay, take a big scoop. I'm like, oh, is it kind of watery? Is it kind of watery? I'll take a big spoonful though.
Yeah.
Cauliflower.
Density
I
of-
wanted to go up to the person and spit it in their face. I was so angry.
I got something a bit better. I was building a deck at a customer's house with a friend who's gonna listen to this podcast. I guarantee it. So Chris, you know who you are.
What up, Chris? Shout out to Cruz.
Chris, we almost started a podcast. We were this close, but we didn't. Anyways, so we're building this deck, and the customer, he's fat. There's no other way to say it. He's fat.
Yeah.
And him and his wife are both overweight, and they're like trying to be healthy. So like, good on you, whatever. But they're sitting there. We're starving. We've been working all day building this deck, and he's cooking something on the barbecue. And I'm like, oh, whatever. Like, we'll finish and we'll go get some food. So he's cooking, I'm like, I want some barbecue
It's
right
gonna
now.
be like one of those things where they're grilling something. You think it's steaks, but it's really portobello mushrooms. And
Exactly.
You're like, I want.
That's exactly.
You're like,
that's
you're like,
exactly
I want
where
to
we're
push
going.
you down those stairs.
Well, it gets better. So he's grilling something, right? And he's telling us, guy's a jerk. He's telling us. He's like, yeah, guys, yeah. He's like, oh, I'm cooking up these steaks right now.
Oh,
They're
he
killer.
lied. He
Oh my
flat out
gosh.
lied,
They're killer.
too.
I can't wait to try these steaks because he's lying to himself.
Yeah,
Because his wife
he
has
has
put him
to,
on this
right?
diet, right? So I'm like, whatever. I'm blowing him off because I'm like, I don't know. If I start thinking about what he's saying, I'm gonna murder him because I'm so hungry right now. I'm
You're gonna get murdered.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, please tell me. I'm working right now. Please tell me about how you're cooking something I love. Cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, whatever. He finishes, goes inside. They're having dinner. We're still working. It's like 8 o'clock. Sun's starting to go down. We are so hungry. This guy comes out with a plate of what looks like a steak from a distance. And he's like, guys, you gotta try some of this peppercorn steak.
It's a little sus,
My wife, yeah, exactly, exactly, right?
as the kids say.
As the kids say, my wife. He says my wife put like a little peppercorn on it, and some cheese, and you guys gotta try some. Take a break, try some. I'm like, sweet, what a nice guy. Like, okay, everything I've said before, I apologize. Like, this guy's so nice. Like, thank you so much. Like, this is thoughtful. What a nice dude.
Wait, he's think he's gonna trick you into thinking that it's steak?
No, so because I'm like, whatever, right? But remember, he's lied to himself that this is steak.
Yeah.
I didn't know this yet. This guy walks over with a plate of mashed cauliflower,
Oh my god.
barbecued with peppercorn seasoning on it, with a little bit of cheese.
What?
And he's like, guys, you gotta try the steak. You gotta try the cauliflower steak.
Okay, this is a mentally deranged human.
Yeah.
This is
so-
a disgusting
So
human.
picture a hungry Colton at this moment going,
I would
I already
I
don't
would
like
di-
cauliflower.
I would die.
I already don't
I-
like cauliflower. It took every
People that know me
ounce-
know I'm violently angry against cauliflower. I hate it.
we have this in common, Nils. Thank you.
I shake a formal
I
handshake.
shake your hand right now.
Extra contact.
Yes, brother,
yeah.
grab the forearm. No, it took every ounce of sheer will in my body not to shove the cauliflower in his eye and watch him die.
You know
It
what's funny
rhymes,
though
but-
is like I literally like. I think I like. I don't want to misuse literally, but I think I literally like every other vegetable that I've ever had.
More than cauliflower.
Much more than cauliflower. Like I'm a huge like. Okay, my favorite vegetables right now: Swiss chard, probably number one.
Okay.
Broccolini, delicious. I love Brussels sprouts when they're done right. Not when they're
Brussels
mush.
sprouts.
Not when they're mush.
I like Brussels sprouts.
Cast iron pan, a little bit of butter. Sometimes if you're really
Garlic?
feeling like you want to make them a little unhealthy, you cook like 1 or 2 pieces of bacon. Yeah.
there you
Dice
go.
that up. Throw take it out of the pan, dice it up. Throw those Brussels in there. Get them nice and crispy with those like burnt edges on there with the
Yep.
bacon grease. And then you take that crushed bacon when it's all done. You throw it right back on top. Delightful.
Boom.
What other vegetables do I like? I said broccolini already.
I'm a
No,
big
but
fan
almost
of-
anything other than cauliflower.
Literally, I would eat kale over cauliflower
Love
any
kale.
day.
Love kale. Why not?
I
Sure.
don't love kale, but I would eat it over cauliflower
Kale
every day.
tastes
I
a
have
little
it for
bit
lunch
like
almost
dirt,
every
but-
day.
You do a sautéed special, like a sautéed.
Yeah.
I had it on the way up here, like a sautéed kale, like a barbecued kale.
Kale.
I mean, literally almost every day for lunch, I eat a kale Caesar, like a part of a lunch bowl
Yeah.
from this place. I get like the same thing almost every day for lunch because I'm trying not to go to like the sub shops in Boston. I'm trying to like make a little healthier decision.
Yeah.
So I'll do a double portion of the kale Caesar salad, which is actually really good. Get this though, it's a Caesar salad, right? So it should have like some shaved cheese on there, some like
Parmesan.
Parmesan,
Yeah.
something Reggiano. I watched them do it the other day. Guess what they use instead of cheese?
Is it a vegan place?
No,
Okay. Instead of cheese.
instead of cheese, it looks like cheese. It looks like cheese, but they microplane shave it onto the top. Any guesses at all?
Almonds. Coconut.
Have,
Roasted coconut.
Was it the fish thing from last night?
Nope.
Oh, that's a good guess, man.
Nope.
Roasted coconut.
No. You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Cauliflower.
No.
Killing me, Swab.
But I eat it almost every day, and I honestly, this is the one time I'm like, okay, I didn't notice. That's fine. Like if I don't notice
Do you think it's placebo effect? Because it looks
yes.
and
but
you think it's
but I
cheese?
also never tasted like you can clearly taste Parmesan when it's on stuff like
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
even.
it's Parmesan is sharp.
it's sharp.
My
and
wife's
it's
Italian.
salty
Don't even get me
and,
started.
You get the taste right away. But So yeah, it is a little placebo. It's like, okay, you see a little shave, but I watched them do it the other day, and I was red. I was red with anger. I was
To the bone.
I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? No, but it is pretty good.
Why would you grate a tasteless object on top of otherwise delicious food?
Yeah, no, and it is, and it actually is good. They put some cashews in it. You know, they have a nice tasting dressing. They don't overdo the dressing, which is nice. A nice tasting dressing, and it usually sits in the bowl for just long enough where it softens the kale, just a little bit, just a little bit,
but not soggy.
Cause not soggy
That's
at all.
good. That's
but
good.
like kale can be kind of tough sometimes. You get like the bigger pieces.
A little harder to chew.
Yeah, so I'll get that. I'll do like a double helping of that. I'll do chicken thigh, a few pieces of chicken thigh. What else do I get? I get sweet potatoes.
Nice.
And half of an avocado.
Oh, I love it.
And then they make a homemade. They have these little cups, and they do a tahini garlic aioli.
Ooh.
But it's not mayonnaise.
Is there
It's
lemon
tahini.
in it, or
it's,
no?
it's a sesame.
No?
I don't think there's lemon. Not that I taste. There might be a little bit.
On the way up, that sounds exactly what I had on the way up here. I had a Power Bowl from a place called what's it called? My wife's gonna kill me. It's like her favorite place in near where we go. It's a vegan place.
Yeah.
But it's called Let Us Love Cafe. It's all vegan, and they have this Power Bowl, which is, I believe it was like a roasted kale. There's some quinoa, sweet potato, avocado,
Yeah.
lemon tahini sauce.
Oh, see, yeah,
which
yes,
was-
yeah, it was pretty close to what I had. Yeah, that's
Like,
almost what I eat
amazing.
like every day. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I love it. It's the place I go in Boston. If anybody's around, it's called Dig In.
Oh, nice.
Diginn.
Do they deliver?
I believe so. You can
like
Uber Eats. Yeah, I'm
or-
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's actually quick, which is nice. It's right near my office, which is nice.
That's prime.
In downtown Boston, and it's always packed because it's good food. It's healthy food. It's clean, very clean, and it's just easy. I love it. I was actually dying for a place like that, and then I was so psyched when they finally opened. I was like, all right.
Do you guys
I can
have
go
do you guys
here
have
and
Freshie in the States?
We do, yeah.
Freshie, yeah.
There's a bunch of them in Boston.
Yeah, they're all right. They're okay.
Wait, what's fresh?
See, if I
find no flavor in a lot of their
So-
stuff, to be honest.
There's
Don't sue us.
No, there's other. Please don't sue us.
Please don't sue us.
You can sponsor us if you want to.
Yeah.
No,
if you want to give us money, though.
And we'll
There's a few other Sweet Green in Boston. So we have Freshies.
Okay.
We have Freshies, but I never go there for salads because we have a place called Sweet Green in Boston.
I've heard of it.
The salads there are just better.
Yeah.
They're just good. They're clean, much better. Like if I really want I'm taking a salad, I will go to I'll go there, or I will go to. There's actually a place called Kebab House, which is a Mediterranean.
A kebab.
It's a kebab.
A kebab.
It's actually a Mediterranean place, but they do. I've actually never had the Mediterranean food there, which is funny. I always go salad because you go in and it's like super cheap. It's like $8.
Nice.
But the salad is like it's gonna last you like lunch and dinner. Like you could have. There's a nut. Like
That
even
big.
for me, I'm a big guy. Like I can eat a lot for lunch because I usually don't. I usually skip breakfast, which probably isn't good, but whatever.
Nah.
But I
It's
usually
old-
I usually
it's
just
an-
have a big.
It's an old wives' tale.
All right, yeah. Well, I usually just
all
have
good.
I have like a large cold brew in the morning. That's usually
Yeah.
just what I have, and I'm good. But
It's like a night's
Well,
body
I
on
think
fire.
me and Colt are pretty, or at least myself, I'm pretty heavily subscribed to the intermittent fasting thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I do
for
that.
Sure.
No,
For sure,
I
yeah.
do that
Yeah.
too.
I tried it.
Yeah.
It's
I feel
hard.
great doing it.
yeah.
In the morning, I'm for the past 2 months I've been hardcore, just like literally like an egg or 2 eggs, like hard boiled,
That's the best way to eat.
and
in
half
the
an
morning.
avocado. That's my breakfast.
That's the best way to eat in the morning.
And-
You get all that good fat and like.
Oh yeah. It keeps
for
me
sure.
healthy all the way to lunch.
For
which
sure,
is-
and it sticks with you, which is nice. When you have a lot of
Yeah.
protein, like that's the thing. Like if I could have a bagel in the morning with
Yeah.
cream cheese, I'm gonna be hungry again like before lunch.
Yeah, you're just it's just simple
It's
carbs,
and
sugar.
you process it like so quickly.
Yep.
I love it. Don't get me wrong, it's
Oh.
delicious.
Dude,
but
half
that's
of
a
my life-
weekend thing. That's like a weekend thing.
Half of my life was literally everything bagel toasted with herb and garlic cream cheese.
Delicious,
every
but
single
you're
day.
gonna, but it's
But you're starving.
you're gonna be starving. Yeah,
And if you're working
but if you
labor,
have,
like hard labor,
oh
you're
yeah, it does not,
starving.
dude. If you have those 2 eggs like you said and a
Yeah.
half an avocado,
Yeah.
you are freaking good. And
And I'm doing that on like an hour commute in. So like
Yeah.
I'm listening to podcasts,
Yeah,
I'm listening
yeah.
to music, I'm just driving, and I'm just cracking my egg, eating it, whatever. Like I don't even you can season it if you
Yeah,
want,
a
if you
little
have
salt,
time,
whatever,
but if you carry little salt packets with you,
Yeah, yeah.
which I have, but
yeah, I mean you do eat it too.
avocado though, dude. Just
Have you
right
ever
out
had
of the box.
Do you guys have Ezekiel toast up here? Like Ezekiel
do.
bread?
Ezekiel bread,
I
yeah.
get that sometimes. Like, I don't need
Yeah.
a ton of it. I don't need a ton of. Well, lately, I'll say I have been trying to steer away. Like, I think I was texting you guys earlier. Like, I've been kind of steering away from carbs lately.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I just don't eat a ton of them. Or I do eat carbs because I eat vegetables. I eat a lot of vegetables. But I'm talking about breads. I'm talking about stuff like that. Even Ezekiel bread, I've just been kind of
Yeah, for sure.
steering away from it. And I eat keto for dinner.
Fiber, you know?
I don't do keto, but I've been eating keto for dinner every night
Oh, that's
for
good.
like a couple months because there's other people in my family that are doing keto. So I'm like, all right. So I've been sticking with it and doing that. But I haven't been eating a ton of bread.
Yeah.
So, but I love the Ezekiel toast. I actually really like it. A lot of people are like, "Oh, that's gross." I'm like, it actually has good flavor.
They have like 4 different flavors.
Yeah, there's a bunch. You can do like
Seeds,
sesame.
ancient grain.
You can do you can do like the sesame one, which
Yeah.
is really good. You can
Yeah.
do like the multigrain. It's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
And like you toast it enough, and you put a little almond butter on that thing,
Oh.
dude. If you do that
Not
with
for
eggs,
me,
if
though.
you do 2 slices of eggs and like 1 slice of that toast, you're full for like until lunch.
Yeah, yeah.
Easily. You're not snacking. You're not doing anything.
No.
It's great, but listen, guys, I think we're out of time here.
Wrap it up. Let's talk more about diets and food maybe on the next one.
Yeah,
All right.
We'll wrap it up for now, and
Yeah.
we'll see you on the next
All right,
episode.
thanks, guys. This has been the Kegs and Eggs podcast
Yeah.
premiere episode. Thank you for listening. If you've stuck with us this long, I'm shocked that anybody would. But anyway, yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for listening. This is the Kegs and Eggs podcast, episode 1. Have a good
Thanks,
one.
Thanks for listening.
Signing out.